Hello and welcome to Legacy. We're back here this week. This is a special week and a special broadcast that we're going to have. We've been talking about praying for your family, and that's been our subject matter. But we're gonna change gears this week because we're coming upon a very, very special day. David and Shirley, welcome.
Well, thank you.
It's good to see you guys.
Good to
and
see you.
Tex, welcome.
Merry Christmas early.
Well, Merry
That's right.
Christmas to you guys. And that's what we want to talk about. It's Christmas season this week, and within the time we change to the next webcast that we'll have, Christmas will be over by then. So we wanted to talk about Christmas some, and I know that we all bring different experiences and so forth, but maybe we ought to talk about, first of all, start off with a Christ-centered Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but before I came to know Christ, Christmas was about getting and giving, mostly getting. What I'm going to get for Christmas, and that was what it was all about. And then I met Jesus, and I'll never forget that first Christmas as a believer. University students, we went out looking for somewhere, a church that was open. We couldn't find a church. We looked for Protestant, Catholic, it didn't matter. We were just looking for a church just to pray. And so my friends and I went out, at that time it was out in the country. We found a little bitty church. It was just starting. It was called Bethany Baptist Church in Baker, Louisiana, which became one of the largest churches. But at that time, it was just a little old living room was where they were meeting, in a little old house. And it was open. And we went out there and we prayed. And we said, Lord Jesus, this year at Christmas, it's about you. Amen. It's about, and we dedicated ourselves as I think there were four single university students, dedicated ourselves. It was a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. And we asked the Lord, said, what can we give you for Christmas? I mean, we always get it. What can we give you this year for Christmas? And he laid it on our hearts to give him a soul. Someone that we could bring to Jesus, and all four of us over those holidays ended up leading a person to Christ, and I can't tell you, it was so exciting. But I understood the real meaning of Christmas. It was about Jesus. Yeah. And so I don't know about you guys, but
well, the challenge here in America is that Christmas has become such a commercial event, and we start seeing Christmas decorations way before Thanksgiving now. It used to be that Thanksgiving,
which is the last Thursday
of November, that kind of marked the beginning of the Christmas season. Yeah. For now, the retailers, you're seeing stuff in October, and it's just that has influenced, I think, the way that even the church in America is able to receive and respond to the whole Christmas season of the year.
And I remember my favorite song before I came to Christ was "It'll Be a Blue Christmas
without you."
Right?
Yeah.
Stick to preaching,
and then but coming to Jesus, boy, you put a new song in my heart. Hark the herald angels sing, and joy to the world, and oh wow, I mean, it just had a
Shirley, excuse me for interrupting, but Shirley just really had something written, just kind of written across her heart, we believe by the Spirit, as far as a theme for our church for this Christmas. And they put it up as a banner as you walk into the worship center.
It's a phrase out of Joy to the World, which says, "Let every heart prepare him room." And taken from Luke 2, where it says that Mary had to have Jesus in a stable because there was no room in the inn, and that part of Christmas, I think, is so true even in our day, that Jesus gets crowded out by all, even by believers. Jesus gets crowded out of Christmas because of all the other activities and responsibilities of baking and having family in and entertaining, that it's very easy for Jesus to get crowded out of our celebration of him. And so our heart cry is, let every heart prepare him room this season, that there would be room for him.
Tex and I did something here the other day, confession time, Pastor. We went to the movies, and we went to see The Nativity, and that movie. And I thought, I had a couple thoughts when I left it. One was, I thought it was really realistic as far as the setting, the scene, the people, what Joseph and Mary must have gone through. I thought it was pretty realistic. The one thing that I didn't think they captured was the glory of the moment. You know, that, I mean, this was a glorious moment of history being changed completely, and the shepherds, you know, the angels, and I don't know how you do that theatrically, but anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. What made me think of it was the way they portrayed the inn, or where Joseph and Mary would have been at in the stable. I thought that was a realistic. I mean, because we had this almost kind of idea of where Jesus was as being real kind of nice and neat, but I mean, it was just in the middle of sheep and animals, and you know, and so, you know, in this God, the God who created this universe, coming to earth, and his entry being there. You know, wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
ours is a God who hides himself, Isaiah says, and all of his glory hidden in that setting. And I think that's the part that, to me, over the years, Philip Keller has written a wonderful book that, to me, and I think it was Rabboni was the name of it, but it just detailed Mary's struggle and the obscurity, but the commonness, the ordinariness of that event, and yet it was the event that changed the world. And yet God chose to do it in such an obscure region of the world, in such an obscure place of an obscure region, and to do it with two teenagers, probably. You know, Mary more than likely was 14 to 16. Joseph, you know, may not have been 20. You know, and that's who he picked to do what he did.